Hi guys, Jennifer Love here. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a professionally trained makeup artist as well as beauty content creator. And today I'm going to be coming at you with part 3 of our mini eyelash series. False eyelashes are the cherry on top to any great makeup look. However, sometimes they can be, well, a little bit difficult to deal with, to say the least. If you've ever had trouble applying false eyelashes, trust me, you're not alone. We've all been there. But with these tips and tricks that I'm about to show you, you'll apply them effortlessly and flawlessly every single time. If you haven't yet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Links to those will be in the description below. If you want to learn my tips and tricks for applying false eyelashes, then stay tuned. The first thing that we're going to want to do in order to apply our false eyelashes is properly take them out of the tray. When we're removing the lashes from the tray, it's very important to grip onto the lash band and not the actual lashes themselves. If you grip onto the actual lashes, you run the risk of either pulling them out of the lash band completely, or the grip from the tweezers can cause the lashes to have a really unnatural bend to them, both of which are going to mess up your lashes before you even have a chance to get them onto your eye. To remove it from the tray, I'm just going to grip my tweezers onto the lash band and I'm going to gently pull it off. Just like so. I'm going to go ahead and remove the other one. The lash band itself can get pretty stiff from sitting in the lash tray over time, so the next step that I like to do is something that I call flexing the lash band. If the lash band's too stiff, you may have trouble getting it to fit to the natural contour of your lash line, which can make it difficult to get it super close, and you might also end up with some lifting in the inner and outer corners. To do this step, all you have to do is grab the lashes from either side and just flex it back and forth like this, bringing some flexibility back to the lash band, making it much easier to work with. I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other one as well. The next very important step is fitting the lashes to the length of your lash line. As you can see, the length of the lash band is much longer than the length of my actual eyelash line, so we're going to have to trim it. I'm going to do this just by resting the lashes on top of my natural lash line. I want to make sure that the inner corner of the lashes is starting where my natural lashes actually start. If you put it any closer to that, it's going to look a little bit unnatural, and you're also going to get a lot of discomfort in the inner corner of your eye. As for the end of the lash band, we're going to want to make sure that we end it a little bit before the end of our natural lash line, which is going to give us a more of an uplifted effect as opposed to making it go to the outer corner. If you bring it all the way to the outer corner, your final effect will have a little bit more of a droopy downturn look as opposed to a lifted look, which is what we want. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to place the lashes on top and I'm going to gauge where I need to cut them, which I'm just going to use manicure scissors for. Always remember when trimming your lashes that less is more. If you haven't cut enough, you can always trim a little bit more off. But if you've cut too much, well, you can't really reattach it, and now your lashes are going to be too short and the final effect isn't going to be what we want it to be. So I'm just placing them on top of my natural lash line, gauging where I want to cut it. And I'm just going to come in with these manicure scissors. You don't have to use manicure scissors per se, but just make sure the scissors that you're using are smaller. It's going to give you more control over what you're cutting. And I'm just going to trim where I think they need to be trimmed to. And I'm going to double check just to make sure that I've trimmed enough off. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. At this point, what I like to do is take my eyelash curler and just give a little bit of a curl right where the lashes start to come out of the lash band. I find this just gives the final look a bit more of an uplifted effect, which looks really nice. So to make things a little bit easier for myself, I'm just going to take my tweezers, grip onto the lashes like this, and then I'm going to take my eyelash curler and I'm going to feed the lashes through this way. You want it to kind of be looking like this. And then I'm just going to gently pump the eyelash curler, giving a little bit of an extra curl right where the lashes come out of the lash line. I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other one as well. Next on the list is prepping my natural eyelashes. I'm gonna start by giving them a little bit of a curl at the root. I want the curl to match that of the eyelashes. That way everything blends in really nicely. So just curling it at the root. I don't want to pull my eyelash curler up to the ends of my lashes to give it a C curl. I find that that makes it a little bit more difficult to actually put the false eyelashes on. Like your real eyelashes get in the way a little bit. So I find that just lifting it up at the root is what works best. This is not only going to help my real eyelashes to blend into the false eyelashes really well, but it's also going to give the false lashes something to kind of sit on. And it's going to help my final look to be really nice and uplifted and eye-opening. Whereas if I didn't curl my lashes, the false eyelashes could sit out a little bit more straightforward, which is going to cause my eye to have more of a closed and possibly downturned look. I'm also going to go ahead and apply a little bit of mascara to my natural eyelashes. I want to make sure that I'm only putting enough on in order to darken my lashes. I'm not really trying to build up any volume onto them. Just going to take my mascara and add a little bit to the lashes. Once again, just enough to darken them. We're not looking to add any volume to them. Go ahead and do the other side. Now that I have my mascara on, I just want to wait a few seconds for the mascara to completely dry down before I go ahead and apply the falsies. Now my mascara is completely dried down. We're ready for the main event, actually applying the false lashes. The first thing that we're going to want to do is apply our lash glue. I'm not only going to apply the lash glue to the actual lash band of the false eyelashes, but I'm also going to apply it to the inner and outer corners of my lash line. It's very common to have lifting in the inner and outer corners, and I just find that adding a little bit of glue in those spots really helps the eyelash band to adhere to the to your lash line really well, and you're not going to have any lifting. I also want to be conscientious of where I'm applying the lash glue on the lash band. I'm going to get a little bit closer to show you guys. So here's the false lashes up close. I'm going to show you guys where you want to be applying the glue. So this is the underside of the lashes. Where we don't want to be applying the glue is right here on the bottom side of this band. If we put the glue there, it's going to make our eyelashes sit with more of a downturned look, which can make our eyes look more closed off. Where we want to apply the glue is actually more on this area up here. This is going to cause the eyelashes to sit more upright, and it's going to give us a really nice eye-opening effect. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the glue to that same spot that I was just telling you guys about, just right up here. I don't want to put too much glue on because it can spill over when we apply the lashes and get a little bit messy. And I'm also going to go ahead and apply it to the inner and outer corners of my eye. There's one of two ways that you guys can do that. If you have the same kind of eyelash glue that I have that has the applicator, you can just go ahead and use the brush from the applicator. Or if you're not really comfortable with doing that, you can apply some eyelash glue to an angled brush like this, and you can use that to apply the glue into the inner and outer corners. That way is a little bit easier, especially if you have like really long, thick or curly lashes. I'm just going to go ahead and use the applicator. I'm going to want to remove any excess glue from the stick of the applicator, as well as just the beginning part of the brush. That way I don't run as much of a risk of getting it onto my actual eyelashes. So I'm just applying it on the inner and outer corners. If I have happened to get any on my lashes, I'm just going to remove it with my fingers. Before we apply the lashes, we want to make sure that the glue has dried down enough so it's tacky. This usually takes about 30 seconds. What we're not going to do is blow on the glue to make it dry a little bit faster. It seems like a good idea because it will dry it in less time, but you're really blowing bacteria onto something that you're going to be putting close to your eye. So just don't do it, guys. Just wait the 30 seconds. Now that my lash glue is tacky, I'm going to go ahead and apply. I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to grip my false eyelashes kind of close to the lash band like that. If I was to grip it down here, I don't really have much control over my application. Whereas if I'm gripping it here, I have more control. I'm just gonna place it in the center. And then I'm going to apply the outer corner first, making sure it's stuck down. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay down the inner corner as well. Once I know the lashes are in place, I'm just going to take my tweezers and push the lash band in. And something that I also like to do is something that I call the pinch and roll method. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be gripping the lashes really close to the lash band, and I'm going to be pinching it and rolling my finger upward. That's going to make sure that the lash band is as close to the natural lash line as it can possibly be, and that the glue is adhered really, really well. So we're not going to have any lifting. I'm just going to pinch and roll it in. Pinch and roll it in. Pinch and roll it in. I also want to make sure that I'm pushing the lashes up like this while the glue is drying to make sure that the lashes have a nice uplifted look. I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side. Now that our lashes are properly applied, there's just a couple more steps that we need to do. The first thing that we're going to do is camouflaging the lash band and any glue that might have spilled over with some black gel liner. I prefer to use black gel liner for this as opposed to a pencil, liquid eyeliner, or powder, because gel liner isn't going to give us any transfer up here, which the other products might do. So I got my gel liner here, my angled brush. If you did use this angled brush to apply the lash glue to your inner and outer corners, just remove the eyelash glue with a makeup wipe. I'm going to take my brush, just push it into the product. I'm going to remove any excess on my hand. And then I'm just going to apply the liner to the lash band itself. This is going to camouflage the lash band into my makeup. And it's also going to camouflage any glue that might have spilled over. I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side as well. Now we're ready for our final step, which is just applying a little bit more mascara. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mascara and I'm just going to apply it at the base of the lashes in order to fully blend my lashes in with the falsies. What I don't want to do is pull the mascara up too high. Eyelashes are made with intricate designs or beautiful fluffy effects, and if you add mascara all the way up here, it's going to kind of ruin that. So we want to make sure that we're only applying it to the base. What you can also do is just use your thumb and push your lashes into the falsies, just making sure that they're fully stuck to them and everything is fully camouflaged. And here's our final result. Our eyelashes are properly in place, our eyes have a nice uplifted look, and because we added that extra glue to the inner and outer corners, we're not going to have any lifting all day. I hope you guys found that video helpful with any trouble you may have been having with applying false eyelashes. If you're interested in learning any other eyelash tips, then check out part 1 and part 2 of my mini eyelash series. I'm also always looking to learn new things, so if you have any tips or tricks that you'd like to share, please let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear them. If you haven't yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I am a new YouTube content creator, so it would really help me to be able to get my content out there to others. Until next time, guys, bye!